Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am here with you once again with a new lecture about tenses. In the previous lectures we talked about how to or when to use present indefinite tense, and in before that we also talked about how to make positive sentences of present indefinite tense. Today we are going to talk about how to make negative and interrogative sentences of present indefinite tense, which are different from each other. So let's talk about it. This is the positive sentence of present indefinite tense, and as you know, this is with he, she, it, and singular noun like Ali, a book, a teacher. We've decided to talk about these things first, these pronouns first, and then we will talk about other remaining pronouns. So this is a positive sentence. He writes a letter. He writes a letter. And you may see this addition of s at the end of this main verb of this sentence, and this shows that this is present indefinite tense. And it shows that this, and there we have a full stop, and it shows that this is positive sentence in which we just tell a truth or something. We do not negate something, we do not deny something, we do not ask something. This is a simple positive sentence of present indefinite tense. So today we are going to talk about how to make negative sentences of present indefinite tense. If you want to make negative sentence, for example, he writes a letter, and if you want to say that someone did not write a letter, like someone, the job that we are talking about, it like writing, it has not been done by him. So how are we going to say that in present indefinite tense? For that we have to go for this, does. We have to use this does as helping verb, does not. We will use does not plus first form of the verb and then object, and then we will end the sentence with a full stop. So let's check few sentences. She speaks English. She speaks English. And what is it? This is a positive sentence. What is it? Positive sentence. She speaks English. We are telling someone that somebody does something. And if we want to say someone, if we want to tell someone that somebody does not do this job, for example, like this is what we added, does not and speak English. Rest of the sentence is same. We added this part of the sentence. She does not speak English. Here she speaks English. Here she does not speak English. In the same way, it rains outside. It rains outside. But here, if you want to say if it's not raining, or if it does not rain, so what do we have to add? This does not. It does not rain outside. This is what we have to do. What do we have to add? If you want to make a sentence with he, she, it and singular noun, and if you want to change into negative, what do we have to do? We have to add this does not after the subject of the sentence. So let's check the third sentence, which is he writes a letter. He writes a letter, and here once again we can see that here we have an s at the end of a verb, main verb of the sentence. So if we want to negate, if we want to say it's not happening or it does not happen, so what do we have to do? We have to add once again does not. He does not write a letter. So this is how we can make negative sentences of present indefinite tense with he, she, it, or singular noun or pronoun, all these pronouns. So this is one way of writing this: does not rain outside, she does not speak English, it does not rain outside, he does not write a letter. So, and there is another way of writing this as well, this part, does not. And we read it, speak it as, pronounce it as does not, but there are native speakers go for contraction, contract. They contract things, and here I have written it, and for example, does not. This is does not, and if this is also the right way to write this, contracted, reduced the size, okay, and this is does not, this is doesn't. How will we say it? Doesn't. Repeat it once again. Try to say it. Doesn't. Does not and doesn't. So here the same sentence, for example, he writes a letter. This is he does not write a letter. So how will we write it? He doesn't write a letter. This is writing, the way of writing it in a contraction form. This is contraction of this word doesn't. Okay, like here, this is how we can write it, like does and we will drop the O and then we will add, but this is really important. This is how we make negative sentences, and this is how we contract does not into doesn't, and I hope you understand, and you may have no problem with making negative sentences of present indefinite tense. So let's talk about how to make interrogative sentences of present indefinite tense. For example, like this, sometimes the students get confused. They think like, this may be a different tense, this may be a different tense, and like making a positive sentences may be a different tense. No, this is not like that. In every tense, if it is a present, past, future, present indefinite, or any other tense, you may make positive sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences with helping verb, and interrogative sentences with WH words. So here we learned how to make negative sentences of present indefinite tense, and now we are going to learn how to ask questions, how to interrogate. This is like, interrogation. We ask someone about something, we inquire something about someone about something. So, and for that purpose, what do? We bring, this is the helping verb, right? So what do? We bring it, like, we had it here right after the subject of the sentence. But where did we place it? Here, in the start of the sentence. We place this helping verb right in the start of the sentence to make it a question, and you may see this question mark at the end. This is really important. For a statement, full stop is important, and for a question mark is, sign of interrogation is important. So, does she speak English? Like, I'm asking someone. Here I am telling someone, like, she speaks English. Here I am saying, no, she does not speak English. And here I will say that I ask somebody. I ask someone, does she speak English? Can she? Okay, is she able to? So, and look at the second sentence. Does it rain outside? So once again, we have this does in the start of the sentence, and here once again the helping verb is also once again in the start, and does he write a letter? But you might be noticing one thing here. Like, we added does here, here, and here as well. And here we added this, we had in positive sentences, we had s at the end of the verb. Do we have this here somewhere? Do you think that we should add this s here? Should we? No, we should not. This addition of this s is not appropriate. Grammatically, it is wrong. Why? Because for better understanding, we can say this like, this is does, this is do. And what did we add? We added es with it. So we already have es, does here. So we do not need to add s at the end of the main verb of the sentence. We will drop it if we will have it in the positive sentence. This is what we did here as well. It does not rain outside. Okay, he writes a letter. So what did we do? Like here in the positive sentence, we have this s. But in the negative sentence, we did not add s. And if we will put an s at the end of the verb, it will be considered a mistake. And it will not be a present indefinite tense. It will not be any tense. Okay, it will be a mistake. So this is what we will do in interrogative sentences as well. Here we have does, so we do not need to add s at the end of the verb. In the same way here, and do not add s if you are making negative interrogative sentences in present indefinite tense. We need s with the main verb of the sentence when we are making positive sentences. I hope you understand. Only s with the main verb if you are making a positive sentence of present indefinite tense. In negative, you don't need s with the main verb. In interrogative, you do not need S with the main verb. We will drop this S from the main verb. So we also call these questions like yes, no questions. Why? Because let's try to understand it. For example, if somebody asks you or you ask someone, does she speak English? So you can answer this, yes, she does. And you can say, no, she does not. You can answer such questions with helping verbs in yes and no way. Like you can say yes, it will be considered as an answer, and you can say no, and it will also be an answer for the question. So, but here are some other types of questions with WH words. We have WH words, what, when, where, why, and who, as. I have written it twice. So where, why, who, and we can write how as well. How. So we may ask someone questions with these words, WH words, but these are not yes/no questions, because you cannot answer these questions in yes or no way. I'll talk about it. So let's talk about how to make questions with WH words. These WH words will always be in the start of the sentence, okay? And you will have these helping verb right after them. Like why does she speak English? Like, you know, here we ask, does she speak English? And here we are asking, why does she speak English? And if I ask you this question, why does she speak English? If you ask me this question and I say yes, do you think I will be answering your question? If I say no, will you be satisfied with the answer that I will provide you? No, it does not make sense. These questions, the questions with WH words, need an explanation. You have to explain, you have to give the reasons. Here you do not need to give the reasons. But here in the questions with WH words, you have to talk about the reasons, like why does she speak English? So these questions are called yes/no questions, and these questions are called, questions with WH words. Okay, and we can make questions with helping verbs, and we can make questions with WH words in present indefinite tense. This is not just present indefinite tense. We can make questions with helping verb and WH word in every tense. This is what we are going to. You will observe this in the coming lectures, in the coming tenses as well. But you have to learn this, understand this, that these are not different tenses. These questions with helping verb, these questions with WH words are part of present indefinite tense, and the same thing will happen in rest of the tenses as well. So look at this now. Why does she speak English? And once again, question mark, sign of interrogation is really important. When does it rain outside? No, we cannot answer it yes and no. You have to give a proper answer. And how does he write a letter? So we need to have a question mark at the end once again. And once again, we did not add s here, we did not add s here, we did not s here. So in the same way, if you are making questions with WH word, you do not need to add s at the end of the main verb here, and in the same way here. The only type of sentence where we add s is positive sentence of present indefinite tense. Negative, interrogative, negative interrogative, interrogative with helping verb, and interrogative with WH words do not need an s, es or ies at the end of the main verb. I hope you understand this. I hope you understand how to make negative and interrogative sentences of present indefinite tense, and we will talk about the other tense in the coming lecture. So bye for now. Allah Hafiz.